you were walking down the street the other day and you saw a friend of yours across the street, and they didn't acknowledge you. They didn't wave or even look at you from across the street, right? And we've kind of identified this thought or this assumption here that they don't like me, right? So I thought we'd maybe do a little bit of kind of a dialogue back and forth. I could ask you some questions about wondering about this a little bit. This is called Socratic questioning. Is that okay if we move into this?
Sure.
Okay. So kind of in relation to this idea here, this situation, and we kind of named this already, that you think the other person's point of view is they don't like you. Is that right? Do you want to round that out anymore, or what else they might be thinking?
Well, I'm just, I waved, I thought they saw me and just kind of looked away, or, so I'm thinking, they don't like me, they're kind of a jerk.
Okay. Right.
That kind of stuff.
Right. So kind of one about you, they don't like me or they don't like you. Another one about them, they're kind of a jerk. Or right. Which one feels a little bit stronger, or should we think about right now? Or both?
They don't like me.
They don't like me. Kind of focus on that one a little bit. Okay. All right. So if you think about that idea in your mind, they don't like me, are you making any assumptions, or are there any assumptions kind of running in the background of that?
I guess I'm assuming because they didn't acknowledge me that they don't like me.
Sure.
I guess that's an assumption.
Right, so kind of a link that acknowledging you would mean they like you, and not acknowledging you would mean they don't like you. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I guess I'm assuming they saw me.
Yeah.
Even though I think they did,
Right.
I guess I can't be 100%
Sure. Big assumption there that they actually saw you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And could there even be an assumption that, or maybe this has happened to you, you see someone across the street, but you don't really know who they are. Maybe they saw you, but even didn't recognize you fully. Could that have been the case?
I guess I'm assuming that wasn't the case.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Good point.
Okay. So a couple of assumptions here. One assumption that you named, that acknowledgement means liking, and then vice versa. The assumption that they saw you in the first place. And the assumption also that they recognized you. Right. Yeah. A couple of things there. Okay. So, and based on those assumptions, we've got this conclusion they don't like you. Do you have any kind of proof or evidence that would suggest they don't like you?
Well, I think the evidence would be the lack of acknowledgement. I think that would be evidence that they don't like me. I don't know. I guess other times? Do you mean like...
Sure.
At other points where they... I don't know. I think sometimes they can be a little cold towards me, I think, or...
Yeah.
So that makes me think that they don't like me.
Sure.
Yeah. They don't go out of their way to include me in things.
Okay. So there's a couple of pieces there, right?
Yeah.
And so, you're walking down the street, they didn't see you, these things happened, and you just think, oh yeah, they don't like me.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's the conclusion you settled on? Is that the best one?
Oh, I hope it's not.
You hope
it's not true, but it just seems the evidence points to that.
Right.
I would think. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, but given kind of what we've talked about, our assumptions and these pieces of evidence, are there other viewpoints or other conclusions that you could have settled on?
Got to change the way I look at it.
Yeah, you got to change the way you look at it. Right.
I guess they could have been distracted, busy, stressed out.
Yeah.
Those could be other conclusions, I suppose.
Stressed, distracted, busy, right?
I don't know. What other explanations for that?
Right. Okay, and so those are, we kind of talk about hypotheses or these thoughts we've got, right? One thought is they don't like me based on these things. And that's the one you hung on to.
Yeah.
Why do you suppose you rejected these other ones? They're busy, they didn't see me, they're stressed out.
I didn't think of them.
You didn't think of them?
No.
Okay. But now, you're thinking of them now. What do you think of them now?
I guess it's possible.
It's possible.
I can't say it's not. possible.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it takes looking at it in an entirely different way.
A different way.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And let's go back to that first one, they don't like me. When that goes through your mind, or you kind of hang on to that one, what's the result?
Depression.
Yeah.
Sadness.
You feel sad. Feel
Fear.
down.
Yeah.
Fear.
Anxiety.
Right.
All those things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got these other possibilities, right? They were stressed, they didn't see me, they didn't recognize that. What would be the implications of latching onto those or taking those on?
Well, if that was true, then I would not be depressed. I would
You'd
just
be depressed.
I would just say whatever,
Huh.
They were busy.
They were busy,
Yeah.
right. What's it like to kind of have a conversation like this?
It's different.
Mm.
It's forcing me to look at things differently.
It is, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that we are looking at things differently, how does that make you feel emotionally?
Intrigued a little bit.
Intrigued.
And a little bit like surprised, like how come I didn't think of these things?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I just immediately took for granted
Yeah.
the belief that
Sure.
they rejected me. And I still kind of think that's true, but this is causing me to doubt it a little bit. Doubt the certainty of that conclusion.
Right. Well, and that's kind of the intention of this, to start wondering about different things and considering different possibilities. Thinking about thinking and seeing if it changes the way we feel.
Okay.